So here's our domain range day 3 warm-up. So just kind of as a reminder of what we did past couple days so that you guys are able to do your Desmos activity today. So if we're done and decide if it's a relation or not, or it's a function or not, and we're going to find the domain and range for each of them. So the first thing we have is we have these 3 graphs. So remember what we did is we came from the left. When we come from the left, I hit that lovely point and I draw my line. Then I come from the right. There's where I hit my graph first. I draw my line again. Okay, now what you do from here is you got to figure out what the x value is that you drew your line through. So I start my first line I drew, so I'm going to start at my 0, 0, and I go to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since I went to the left 6, means it's a -6, and it's got a bracket because it's a solid point. Now I go to my second line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +6, solid point, bracket. There's my domain. Now I'm going to do my range. Remember what we did in class? Come up from the bottom. Where do we hit it? We hit it right there. We draw our line. Come down from the top, right there. Draw my line. Now I need to write my range. So here's where I first hit it. So start 0, 0, count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's -6 again. And to close dots, that's why you have a bracket. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. +6, bracket because it's a closed dot as well. Now we still have to determine if it's a function or not. So remember what we do for it's a function or not. I take anything that I have. I draw a solid line through my graph. Let me make that. I draw a solid line through my graph. Do I hit my graph more than once? I do. I hit it here and I hit it here, which makes it not a function. Okay, so let's go back and do the next one. Do vertical line test here. This is definitely a function, so we can just go ahead and circle that. Now, domain. So I come from the left. There's where I hit. I draw my line. Boom. And if you want to find that value right now, it's totally fine. Come from the right, hit your point, draw your line. Boom. There is your values for your domain. Now you got to get your numbers. So start at 0, 0. I went left 2, so that means I'm going to write -2. Why is it a bracket? Because it hits a closed circle. Comma. Find what this one is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another closed circle, another bracket. Now let's come up from the bottom. Come up from the bottom, I hit there, and I hit here. Using those highlighters are going to help you guys today when you're doing these. So I need to see what my y value is. So I count down till I hit my line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's -7. Open or close, closed, bracket, comma. Hit that line again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close dot again, bracket. Okay. Last one in terms of the graphs. If I draw that vertical line, for example, if I draw a vertical line here, how many times does it hit? It hits twice. So this cannot be a function. Okay? It hits twice, can't hit twice, more than once for it to be a function. Now let's find that domain in that range. Let's do domain first. Come from the left. There's where I first hit it. Come from the right. There's where I first hit it. Draw your lines. Let's get our values here. So I didn't move at all, so that's a 0. And why is it a bracket? Close circles. Now I got to come here, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Close circle, bracket. Okay, now I need to find my range, so I'm going to come up from the bottom. There's where I first hit. Come down from the top. There's where I first hit. Now we need to, that first line is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's -4. bracket because it's a closed circle. Now I got to hit that green line again. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, positive 4, bracket because it's a closed circle. So those are the ones we did yesterday in class. Use your highlighters, make it easier on yourself. Now we have tables. Now remember, it's a function if your x value does not repeat. So no x values repeat here. So this is a function. Remember your domain, those are your x values, range are your y values. So remember, when it's discrete, when you don't have a graph that has all the points connected, when you have a table, it's discrete, and you have to use your squiggles, and your numbers have to be in order from least to greatest. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, there's your domain. Range the same way, least to greatest, they're in that order. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Next one, -4, 9, 2, -4, 6. You repeated -4, so it's not a function. It's still discrete. Smallest number is -4. Now there's 2 of them, but remember we don't write them down twice. Never repeat a number. So -4, 2, 6, and 9. Range, my y values. Smallest value is -10, then -3, then 2, then 8, then 14. Last one, do any of them repeat? Those 2's repeat, so it's not a function. Squiggle for my domain. 2, 4, and 6. There's my domain. Range, list out those y values from least to greatest. They're in that order, so -5, 0, 5, 10, and 15. Okay? Now, ordered pairs, same as a table. Look at your x values. Do any of them repeat? 0, 2, -3, -8. They don't repeat, so this is a function. Domain, we still do our squiggle. Smallest number is -8, then -3, then 0, then 2. Okay? Range, list those y values, -7, 5, 1, and 0. So -7, 0, 1, and 5. Second example, 3, 8, 3, 5. Repeated 3's, so it's not a function. So my domain smallest value is 3, then 5, then 8. Range is your y values, -6, -5, 7, and 9. Last one, look at your x values for function 8, 2, 9, 1, or -1. None of them repeated, so this is definitely a function. Smallest value is -1, then 2, then 8, then 9. My range is my y values, -3, -3, -3, -3. Now you never repeat it. I only have one, and it's just -3. Now, you need to get that Desmos activity done and completed before you come back to class on Thursday.